All right, guys, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to our aftermarket recap, the last one of 2021. I will be not doing one tomorrow. So this is the last one of 2021. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Appreciate you, as always, joining me right at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, going over the market and your questions. Let's talk about it today. As we know, I always say the same thing. Bottom right-hand corner of your screen, little white logo. Click on that. All I ask is to hit the like button if you really love these videos. Really appreciate it, as always. Dow closed down 90 points on a low volume day, except for the last hour of the day. NASDAQ fell 0.16% and the S&P fell down 0.30%. The VIX gained 2.24%, 1733. The equal weight ETF of the S&P was down 0.16%. IWM, which is small caps, were down slightly, 0.03%. The dollar gained about 5 cents, 95.98. 10-year Treasury yields fell to 1.515%. Gold gained 0.72% on GLD, 169.80. Silver, 21.34 on SLV, up 1.09%. Taking a look at credit markets today, HYG, which is high yield credit, down about 0.05%. And investment grade credit did catch a bid today at 132.72. Let's take a look at futures. Crude oil did lose 0.13%, 76.46. Was positive in the session. Gold futures up 0.54%, 18.15 an ounce. 23.07 for silver futures, up 0.95% an ounce. And crypto was pretty much flat on the future side, down 0.24%, 37.37. 47.305 for Bitcoin, up a quarter point for gasoline futures, $2.27 currently. All right, so a pretty quiet day. As you can see, if you want to see here the volume on E-mini futures, which is the most traded security in terms of futures in the world, you could see just downward trend. But we had one big red candle towards the end of the day. Seems like that was just some kind of selling, just some profit taking there. Not much going on. I had some SPY calls, closed that for minus 70%. But we can get to 480 on SPY. Didn't happen. We took that for a loss. We also had Riot for a loss today, which was a crypto proxy. We did catch Mara, but Riot didn't ride the way. So there you go. That's just the name of the game. So 5 out of 7 this week. I also had a Tesla trade that didn't work. Not the best way I wanted to end 2021, but a decent one. We had some really good trades. If you followed us with Twitter, we had Facebook, AMD, and Boeing. So well done if you followed us with us. But for the most part, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist myself. I want to be perfect every day, every week. It's just difficult to do that. But again, hey, end of the year, this is the way it is. Let's go ahead and take a look at the groups and the market and how everything moved. Taking a look at the groups, the biggest gainer today, consumer cyclicals, up 0.7%. Communication services gained, real estate, utilities, healthcare, basic materials all gained. Financials were down marginally. Energy, the big loser with technology, down 0.58% and 0.38% respectively. Let's take a look at the maps. What was down today? Microsoft, Nvidia, Apple, Qualcomm, AMD, Micron were all down today. Adobe was slightly green. Facebook was green today, up about 0.41%. Google was down 0.31%. Tesla down 1.46%. Amazon down 0.33%. Some of the green little pockets there. PayPal caught a bid today, up 1%. A lot of the gains today were in the high beta names. What is high beta? These are the high growth names that in the bull market they do very well. NEO, SoFi, Baba, Peloton, DraftKings, Space, Pins, Upstart, Roku, Football, Zoom, Blink, Penn, National Gaming, AMC, BlackBerry, Palantir, Riot, Square, and Snap. Now, I would welcome that Riot boost, but again, premiums were crushed. So that's just the name of the game. But some of these names I do own, and they were up nicely. I do have a nice selection of high beta names. So today was actually not a bad day if you're an investor in these high growth names. The ones that took a backseat today, guys, were AMD, XOP, Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft, Costco, Apple, ExxonMobil, UNH. I know UNH never goes down sometimes, right? Home Depot, Boeing. These names were solid the past couple of weeks, past couple of days, excuse me. But they took a backseat to more of the high growth beta names. Looks like some dip buying across the board there. Tomorrow is a full day in terms of the market. Regular session closes at 4, but it's New Year's Eve, so I figure it's not going to be much volume. You can see the volume just dripping down. If I were you guys, take the day off. Not much to do. I really don't have anything open until next week, which is some Micron calls. It is still above the 100-day moving average, so I'm holding that. And other than that, it's just been a quiet day in terms of volume. So really not much to go by. You really don't want to add more risk if you don't need to. You want to wipe the slate clean and just keep it as is for now, and you just go from there. And with that being said, not much to talk about other than 2021. Let's see. Matias Salva says, what are the possible headwinds for the next months? Really, the next really big headwind is really lockdowns, COVID lockdowns or COVID infections. If infection rates rise to the point that it's unstable and we get more lockdowns, that is definitely a bad sign for the greater economy. The only good thing is that we'll probably get more stimulus. The Fed will not raise rates then. So again, kind of a headwind, tailwind there. But the names that did well during COVID are going to do well. So again, I don't expect that to happen, especially in an election year in terms of midterms. But that is a big headwind, definitely. I think the inflation talk's kind of tamed. I don't hear a lot about it. Of course, unemployment is doing well. So we're getting some employment back, obviously doing well. Travel restrictions in terms of cruises not helping, but they're not a big part of the S&P. Obviously, we're seeing growth in terms of the labor market. Oil prices are not insane. They're right around 76.46. That's not exactly horrific. It's relatively high, sure. But again, those are really the big headwind. It's really just COVID. And that's what the market is basing it on. Until we have another Fed meeting, which I believe will be in February. I don't think we'll have one in January. That's really what we got to focus on. The good news is that we're going to have some earnings coming out pretty soon in January. So we're going to see how these companies did during the holiday season. Could be a headwind, could be a tailwind. But the expectation is holiday season was a success, according to MasterCard. So I expect the holiday earnings in terms of cyclicals and retail are going to do pretty well. So that's what I'm looking forward to. So with that being said, I am bullish in the market for next year, obviously. I'm excited for the new year to come. I think a lot of great things are going to happen next year. I think we had a really great 2021 in terms of the market. I wouldn't expect that kind of 20% pop next year. But again, we could be fooled again and could have a great year as well. I expect the third year, which would be 2023, to do better than 2022. But again, we will see how it goes along and go from there. NIO, Baba calls. Let's take a look. NIO, I like. It is breaking out. But again, I want to see how tomorrow does. Actually, not even tomorrow, Friday, Monday. Monday is really the key. Tomorrow's not going to be much in terms of volume. NIO did pop today very nicely, 14%. I own shares, so I'm very happy. The next resistance is right around 30.46. If you're trying to swing it for next week, take a look at the 34s, possibly the 35s for next week. Let's take a look at Alibaba, which I also own shares. It's starting to meet resistance right around 124, 124.35, 125. So I would wait. I think NIO is a better setup than BABA. Where do you expect the 10-year to rise? Let's take a look at that. TNX. We'll go and bring up the daily on the 10-year. Really, 1.7 seems to be that roof. If that comes in, if that does break out, then we have as high as around 2%. I think 2% will be the ceiling for next year if we even get there. If COVID hits, you're not going to get higher rates. You're going to get lower rates. So that's just the expectation from the market. But yeah, you know, the week after Christmas is always weird. It's not the funnest. It's kind of like everything's going to stand still. Most people are usually off on vacation for the end of the year, which I understand. And this is probably more than likely the only time you'll get time in front of the market, in front of the actual computer trading. Not you'll be doing on your phone. The only issue is that there's not a lot of volume. That's the thing that sucks. So again, I understand individuals will want to, you know, hey, I want to do a trade, I want to do this. It's just not much going on. And the last thing you want to do is just waste capital on a setup that's not there. And I had to take SPY. I mean, not the best. I'm happy we did because we fell off at the end of the day. But we closed it right around 1 o'clock, or I think it was noon. But it was the right call. We had to do it. We take the L, we move on, save as much capital as we can, and keep the ammo going for next year, for next week. So we'll go from that. I only have one trade for next week, which is Micron. I believe the hundreds. So again, a nice little bounce as I expect on Micron. I expect a break of 97 by next week, and we should be able to catch that. So there you go. Amazon seems to be the best for 2022 everywhere. I think Amazon's an amazing company. Absolutely. You gotta understand, guys, Amazon is two companies. It's the cloud, AWS, and a retail company. The problem is that it's trading sideways. It's not the best to trade. It's expensive. I really hope, my fingers crossed, that Amazon does a stock split. We'll see if that happens. But, I mean, Amazon is as good as it gets. I wouldn't put them in the pantheon of an Apple or Microsoft in terms of, you know, companies that I love. But again, Amazon is a great company. So again, it's no secret that a lot of these banks love Amazon. I mean, they do very well, obviously. Did you add to any position during this dip? It's not enough of a dip, Thomas, to be honest with you. I'm very careful of what dips I buy. Obviously, not every dip is created equal, but I do expect next year, I'm just telling you right now, guys, you will get a correction next year in 2022. I would put money on that. 2022, we will have a 10% dip. The issue is, will everyone be ready for it? So again, a 10% dip from 47.78. We'll do that real quick. 47.78. That'll get us 477 points. 477 points, or 478 minus 477 points is, we'll get back down to around 4,300 on a 10% pullback. That's what I believe we'll get there. That, I think, more than likely we'll probably get to around the 200-day, 43.72. Is that exactly a 10% correction? No, but I think we'll probably test that right here, the 200-day moving average, and that's going to be a green light to buy stocks, and that's what I'm waiting for. I can't wait. Now, obviously, I have individual names that have alerts, but again, I think next year we get a nice little dip. Usually the second year of a presidency is where you get a little weakness. Not red exactly, but again, it is an election year, midterm elections, so we'll see if we get some volatility. Again, volatility in terms of the market, unless you're retiring in 2 years, that's your friend. That's your opportunity to pick up some names that you really want. So I'm excited for it because I know I'm not retiring tomorrow. Do you expect SoFi to get new dips? Yes, that will be the first ones to take a hit, is these high beta names. They do well in a bull market, obviously. We know that. But when it's a bear market, they're the first ones to get to take a hit, because a lot of people take speculative money and put it more into safer assets like bonds, or they'll buy consumer staples, utilities, healthcare. We've talked about that a lot. So yeah, we'll probably get some dips there in a SoFi, for example, sure. I don't own SoFi, I own Upstart, but again, $12.03, I will buy some SoFi, absolutely. I'm okay with owning that. So with that being said, have a great new year. If I don't catch you tomorrow for the morning note, tomorrow's the morning note, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. After that, I am done for 2021. We'll catch you next year. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Hope everyone has a great new year. Stay safe. Please don't drink and drive. Be careful. Party. Do your thing. Enjoy. You earned a great year. It was a fun one. 2021 was a good year to be an investor. A lot of craziness, sure. But again, you're here, aren't you? You survived. You're going to be fine. And let's cheers and toast to 2022. We're going to make it a great one. Have a good one, guys. G.A.R Capital FX is the website. We'll catch you guys tomorrow for the morning note. See what moves, what shakes, and we'll go from there. Enjoy yourselves. Have a happy Thursday.